Disasters like this change the rules of the sea forever. This is where Solas began.
Good day everyone. Today I will discuss the responsibilities of the masters and the officers of a cargo ship under SOLAS Chapter 1 and 2, Part E, Regulations 15 and 16. In single terms, these presentations explain how ship leadership ensures that every crew member is prepared for emergencies through proper instruction, onboard training, and realistic drills at sea. We do not get second chances. When alarms sound, action must be automatic. This session will connect the written rules of SOLAS with what actually happens on board, so that safety becomes a culture, not just compliance. What is SOLAS? SOLAS means the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea. It is the key global treaty that sets minimum safety standards for ships construction, equipment, and operation. The core objective is to protect lives. SOLAS was first adopted in 1914 after the Titanic tragedy and has been updated many times. With SOLAS 1974 as amended, being the current baseline under SOLAS, ships cannot legally sail unless they meet safety requirements. This includes crew preparation, through instructions, training, and drills, which are defined specifically in Regulation 15 and 16. The purpose of Regulation 15 to ensure all crew members are fully aware of emergency procedures and receive proper instruction for operating life-saving appliances and safety systems. Everyone must know what to do during an emergency and be properly trained for it. Regulation 15 requires that every crew member receives a clear instruction and immediate familiarization upon joining the ship. This includes recognizing alarm signals, knowing master and escape routes, and understanding where to report and what to do in each emergency. Life-saving appliances such as life jackets, life bows, life crafts, and lifeboats must be demonstrated in practice. So this is the onboard training types and examples. Number 1 is firefighting equipment training, hose handling, extinguisher, use lifeboat, launching, and life jacket donning drills. Emergency communications procedures, PA systems, GMDSS radio, and engine room, emergency response, blackout flooding, pollution, prevention and oil spill control cure, and data-driven systems. Public transportation is developing to suit the needs of rising urban populations and environmental concerns. Responsibility of the masters ensures every crew member must know their assigned emergency duties and make sure safety instructions are posted and explained. Must check language barrier. Must use multiple language posters. The master has overall responsibility for safety. He ensures that all personnel know their assigned emergency duties as listed on the master list. He verifies that safety instructions, emergency plans, and station bills are posted, current, and explained. He schedules regular onboard training to maintain proficiency, paying special attention to a new or transferred personnel beyond navigation. The master functions as the chief safety officers who sets expectations, approves the training plan, and confirms the ship is ready at any time. Number 2 is responsibility of the officers. Conduct familiarization for newly joined crew before they start their job. For example, a newly joined AB must be shown how to put on a life jacket, start a fire pump, or respond to man overboard alarms. Officers must mentor rating level crew and check competence regularly. Of course, officers are trainers, supervisors, and evaluators. They conduct the actual familiarization for newly joined crew, proper donning of life jackets in immersions, suits operation of fire pumps, emergency shutdowns, and response to alarms such as fire, man overboard, and abandoned ships. They lead departmental trainings on deck. And in the engine room, observe performance during work and provide coaching. Officers verify that instructions are understood despite language or cultural differences, and they report deficiencies to the master with proposed corrective actions. Number 3 is types of onboard training, firefighting equipment handling, life-saving appliances operations, emergency communications procedures, pollution prevention and damage control for engine officer, quick response to machinery failure or blackout. Example, a real story of an engine fire where proper training saved life versus a ship that failed drills and caused deaths due to panic. Onboard training converts theory into muscle memory. Firefighting training covers hose handling, hydrants, boundary cooling, and extinguisher types. Life-saving training covers launching lifeboats and life crafts, correct boarding and seating, and preventing injury into lowering. Communications training ensures clear orders via public address, handheld radios, and GMDSS backup. Machinery emergency training covers blackout recovery, flooding, isolations, and bilge control. Pollution prevention drills simulate oil spill response and the use of containment gear. Each session ends with a short debrief so lessons learned are captured and repeated. Purpose of Regulation 16: to regularly test the ship's emergency preparedness through scheduled fire drills, abandoned ship drills, and equipment operations checks. Don't just teach safety, practice it regularly to make sure it actually works. Regulation 16 requires ships to practice emergencies through scheduled drills. Fire drills and abandoned ship drills must be held at least monthly. Enclosed space entry and rescue drills are held every 2 months. Security or oil pollution drills are conducted as required by the voyage or cargo. Drills simulate real situations, alarms, reportings to stations, communications, equipment operation, and coordination across departments. The intention is not to tick a box but to test a strength's readiness so the correct action happens automatically in a real event. Number 1 is master's role in drill planning. Must create a drill schedule, usually as part of the ship's safety management system. Ensures drills are realistic, not just for compliance but actual preparedness. The master plans the annual and monthly drill schedule as part of the safety management systems. He makes drill realistic, varied, and relevant to the ship's risk. A good plan rotates scenarios: fire in accommodation, fire in engine room, galley fire, cargo hold smoke, or steering failure leading to abandoned ships. The master ensures drills include timing targets, proper use of equipment, and interdepartmental coordinations. He may assign observers to note delays, unsafe practices, or communication gaps. He approves corrective actions and ensures follow-up trainings address weaknesses. Number 2 is required drill types and frequency. Fire drill monthly, abandoned ship drill monthly, enclosed space rescue drill every 2 months, oil spill or security drills as per ISPS or MARPOL. Explain what each drill includes and details. During drills, officers execute the plan. The chief officer usually lead fire and abandoned ship drills on deck. The chief engineer leads some machinery and engine room emergencies. Each crew member proceeds to the station listed on the master list. Roles are specific: host, team leader, nozzleman, boundary, cooling team, lifeboat commander, painter, radio operator, stretcher party. Equipment must be operated, not just pointed at. Officers enforce proper PPE, safe hose handling, correct radio, psychology, and realistic mastering and head counts. After the drills, officers gathers the team for a quick debrief. Number 3 is importance of recording and evaluations. All drills must be entered in the ship's logbook. Master must review and correct any error observed. Example, if crew forgot to close a watertight door during the drill, the officer must restrain them. All drills and trainings must be recorded in the ship's official logbook. Entries include the date and time, type of drills, locations, participating crew, and observations. If a weakness is found, the corrective actions and restraining plan are also noted. Port State Control and company auditors review these records. Missing or inaccurate either to defenses or detention. Proper documentations prove that the ship does not only plan safety but actually practices it, and that continuous improvement is part of daily operations. Number 4. Officer's role in conducting drills. Chief officer deck usually leads abandoned ships and fire drills. Chief engineer leads engine room, emergency drills. Drills must involve timing, coordination, problem solving, and not just gathering. Non-compliance as operational, legal, and human cost. Operationally, a ship can be delayed or detained during inspection, disrupting schedules and causing financial loss. Legally, failure to train and drill can expose the master and the company to penalties and claims. Most importantly, in drill emergencies, unprepared crews panic, act slowly, or misuse equipment. This increases the risk of injuries and fatalities. In the maritime environment, minutes and even seconds matter. Trainings buy those seconds by removing hesitation. Here's the different types of drill requirements. First is fire drill, which is the frequency is monthly. The purpose of this is practice fire responses. Second is abandoned ship drill. It is also done monthly. It teaches lifeboat evacuation. Third one is enclosed space rescue drill. It is done every 2 months. Its purpose is it saves trapped personnel. The lastly is oil spill security drill. It is done as needed. It is cargo and vessel specific. This is the example of shipboard drill requirements. So how a drill is conducted? Alarm is sounded, immediate crew responds. Crew proceed to assigned stations. Officers assign specific roles. Host team, lifeboat commander. Equipment must use practically, not just demonstrated.
The following video is an example of a drill.
Okay, attack from the fire is uncontrollable. Advise to back out the scene of fire. Attack from the back out the scene of fire. The scene of fire because due to the fire was already uncontrollable. We are retreating over it. Okay, confirm. 2 firefighters already out of the scene of the fire because fire is uncontrollable. We will proceed to abandon the vessel. We will proceed to abandoning the vessel.
Next is a full video of a simulation or a drill that may happen in real-life scenario.
Drill. Man overboard on starboard side. Man overboard on starboard side. Man overboard on starboard side.
Man overboard on starboard side. Hard starboard.
Man in the vessel, put in manual, hard starboard. Initial Corsair, north 000.
Initial course.
Initial course.
What is man overboard?
Sir, man overboard on starboard side.
Okay, already hard starboard. Rescue boat team, ready check. Okay, call engine room.
Emergency message transmitted on GMDSS. I will call it.
Okay, GMDSS officer, transmit via VHF emergency call.
Officer.
Please ready.
Hardboard.
Hardboard. Pan. This is empty Argolis.
Rescue boat
This
team,
is empty.
send me some lookout.
Argolis. This is empty Argolis. Call sign 9 Hotel Alpha 5146. Man overboard on the following position. Latitude
Okay.
42 degrees 17, 028 degrees 11.0 east. Vessel in the vicinity requested to keep sharp lookout. Report and assist if necessary. One man fell overboard with orange coveralls. Currently, the current set is 170 degrees and drift is 1.8 knots. This is MT Argolis out.
Okay, try to contact the PTA.
Yes, sir.
And keep watch on GMDSS.
Okay, sir.
Rescue boat team, control squad. Yes, engine squad. Okay, engine is maneuver for man overboard. Thank you. Yes, rescue boat team. Yes, rescue boat team, go ahead. Still sighted the victim? Starboard side about how many points on starboard bow? Okay. Midship.
Midship. Wait on midship now,
Up
sir.
ahead.
Okay. Sir, ready to tap the... Engine slow ahead.
Okay. Yung lookout, ano mo? Bigyan mo. Yung lookout.
Stop.
Okay. End of drill. Thank you.
Documentation and evaluations. Drills must be recorded in the ship's logbook. Include date, time, crew present, and observations. Mistakes must be corrected and retrained. Records are checked by Port State Control inspectors. All drills and trainings must be recorded in the ship's official logbook Entries include the date and time, type of drill, locations, participating crew, and observations. If a weakness is found, the corrective actions and retraining plan are also noted. Port State Control and company auditors review these records. Missing or inaccurate entries can lead to deficiencies or detention. Proper documentations proves the ship does not only plan safety but actually practices it, and in that continuous improvement is part of daily operations. Consequences of non-compliance: ship detention by authorities, panic and miscommunication in real emergencies, crew injuries or fatalities due to unpreparedness, and legal consequences for the company and master. Non-compliance as operational, legal, and human cost. Operationally, a ship can be delayed or detained during inspection, disrupting schedules and causing financial loss. Legally, failure to train and drill can expose the master and the company to penalties and claims. Most importantly, in real emergencies, unprepared crews panic, act slowly, or misuse equipment. This increases the risk of injuries and fatalities in the maritime environment. Minutes and even second matter. Trainings buys those seconds by removing hesitation. Real-life incidents due to poor training. Seawall ferry disaster in 2014, South Korea, no proper evacuation and 304 deaths. Scandinavian Starfire in 1990, untrained crew is 159 deaths. Costa Concordia in 2012, delayed master drill in 32 deaths. Several tragedies show why training matters. In 2014, the Seawall ferry disaster in South Korea caused 304 deaths. The passengers were told to stay put, and evacuation procedures were not executed in 1990. The Scandinavian Starfire killed 159 people. Investigations cited poor emergency response and inadequate training in 2012. The Costa Concordia grounding resulted in 32 fatalities, delayed mastering, and confusion increased casualties. The lesson is consistent. Equipment alone does not save lives. Trained people do.
So practices and simulations are important, part of training in every Marine students. There are many possible accidents that may happen on board. Next is a video clip of Seawall Ferry Tragedy.
영상실입니다.
왜 살렸는데요? 배가 침몰되는 것 같아요.
배가 침몰해요?
여기 세기도 가고 있었는데
예.
여기 지금 배가 떠내려서 떨어진 것 같아요. 지금
잠깐만요. 자, 지금 타고 계신 배가 침몰한다는 소리예요? 아니면 옆에 있는 다른 배가 침몰한다는 소리예요?
배가 조금 배가요.
위치 말해주세요. 위치 배가 어디 있습니까?
위치를 잘 모르겠어요. 지금 여기가.
위치를 모른다고요? 거기 뭐 GPS 경위도 안 나오나요? 경도하고 위도? 배 이름이 뭡니까? 배 이름?
태월호요. 태월호.
As you can see, there are no staffs assisting the students.
현재 계실 위치에서 움직이지 마시고 주변에 잡을 수 있는 봉이나 잡고 대기해 주시기 바랍니다.
야 미쳤나봐. 이런 상황에서 막 그러지 않냐? 안전하니까 가만히 있으라고.
그럼 지들끼리 다 나오고 지들끼리 나오고
영어 왜다 그렇잖아. 그 지하철도 그렇잖아. 안전하니까 좀만 있어달라고 했는데 지하철 비싼데.
우리 진짜로 이만큼 귀여운 거야. 진짜야 이거.
나간 사람들을 살고 너무 좋게 미리.
누구 했대 세월호. 세월호 이태가라고 이렇게. 그 소방관들 어떻습니까? 저희는 지금 뭐 거의 움직이지 못하고 있습니다. 어떻게 해야 될까요? 지금 바다에 빠져야 어쩌냐고 모르겠네. 지금 사람들은 라이프 작게 짓고 대기하랬는데 사람들도 브릿지에 모여가지고 지금 거동이 움직일 수가 없는 상태입니다.
감사합니다. 성화시경 비상지입니다.
예, 수고하십니다. 청와대 이걸 상하신데요.
예.
진도에서 그 여객선 전환 쓰고 들었습니까?
예. 지금 현황 파악 중입니다, 지금.
심각한 상황인가요?
지금 현재 시간한지 좀 배하고 통화 중인데요. 지금 일단 배가 좀 기울어서 침수 중이고,
예.
아직 침몰은 안 됐고요.
어디 카메라 나오는 건 없죠?
네, 아직 없습니다. 예.
여기 세월호입니다. 감독 있습니까? 네, 세월호 진도관을 모시겠습니다. 그 인명 탈출시키는 거는 그 선장님께서 지금 직접 판단하셔갖고 지금 판단을 빠르게 하셔갖고 지금 하시죠.
해양경찰청 해상안전과장인데요.
네, 그렇습니다.
그 지금 세월호 상태 어떤지 알고 있어요?
저희도 지금 계속 파악 중입니다. 지금 기울어져 있고 퇴선을 했는지 안 했는지 모르겠어요.
그 몇 명 탔나?
지금 450명으로 저한테 보고 들어왔고.
자, 잘 들으세요. 본청 현지과장인데요. 지금 3명 도착했죠?
예, 도착했습니다.
자, 사람들 보여 안 보여요?
사람들 하나 안 보이네요, 지금.
사람들, 아니, 바다에 사람들 한 명도 안 보여요? 사람들 그럼 뭐 바다에 뛰어내릴지 안 됐어요?
바다에 사람이 하나도 없습니다.
바다에도 사람 안 보이고?
네네.
무조건 실시간으로 계속 보고 가세요.
네, 알겠습니다.
예.
절대 이동하지 마시고 대기해 주시기 바랍니다. 현재 위치에서 절대 이동하지 마시고 대기해 주시기 바랍니다.
나 진짜 그런데 가판에 있던 애들은 어떻게 되는 거야?
그러니까 떨어졌을 가능성이 높다니까?
선장은 뭐 알길래?
Next, you will see the captain leaving the ship, and all his passengers without evacuating them.
그 시간이 보니까는 선장이 나오던 시간이더라고요. 9시 47분인가 제가 통화를 했어요. 딱 그때 이제 선장이 근데 보니까 딱 구출되는 시간이고 그때도 제가 이제 저기 하니까 선생님 말씀 잘 듣고 근데 그게 제일 후회스럽더라고요. 그러니까 애를 빨리 나오라고 그랬는데 제 배의 상황을 몰라갖고 무조건 선생님 말씀 잘 듣고 있으라고 선생님 하라는 대로 잘 하라고 알았다고 저기 하라고. 근데 그게 이제는 그 뒤에 전화를 하니까 안 되더라고요, 전화가.
So every crew member should know what to do in case of emergency.
To conclude, safety at sea is a leadership plus practice. The master sets directions and expectations. Officers transform procedures into skills through consistent training and realistic drills. Crews respond as a coordinated team because they have rehearsed the correct action. A compliant ship is not automatically safe, but a trained crew makes it safe. Let us carry this mindset on every voyage, plan, train, drill, and improvement. Why safety leadership matters? Masters is not only a navigator, he is the chief safety officers. And officers must act not only as supervisors, but as trainers and motivators. Well-trained crew, fast response, reduce panic, save lives. A compliant ship is not always a safe ship, but a trained crew makes it safe. And that's all. Thank you.